make YouTube great again. Well, yeah, that's a good idea. Boom. Shaka-laka-laka, boom. We're going to get into that. Yeah, we're going to just chill out for a minute, man. Sing some songs, have a good time. Got a picture of your cock. It's like 3 inches long. It's wet and kinda yucky. I don't know what it's for. You're holding out your cock. I guess some kind of piece of trophy. It ain't nothing more than nothing. Yeah, no, so I said, why would you be so proud of it? Don't show your penis on the internet. Didn't your mother tell you looking there? Or did she just drop you off on the corner until you find anyone you can roll on, don't you? Maybe it's because you just don't know better. Maybe it's because there's nowhere to be tethered to. But I understand the one thing. You don't cross the one line, do you? Put your penis on the internet. Man, what happened to you? Did you forget that shit lasts forever and never and never, and you're never ever gonna live that down? What my wife thinks of you, yeah. All she sees is that little dog fucker, and she wants to throw up in her mouth. As a matter of fact, she just did thinking about it. Holy shit, Sam. Got yourself some real big shit, Sam. What you gonna do to get out of here, Sam? What can you get out of this, Sam? Oh, holy shit, Sam. What you gonna do to get out of this shit, man? Damn, dog. I wanna be you. Man, if I wouldn't wanna be a dog either, dude. Tally does. Good job, buddy. Show. Every which way you go, you can dribble the bandmasters. Yeah, we'll be right by your heart. Good job, buddy. Show. Have a seat, there you go. So you can tell them, yeah, anywhere you damn it, you'll be doing your part. So good job, buddy. Show. Alright. So, you know, okay, hold on, this is uncomfortable. I can't see out of this eye. Hold on, man. First of all, let me orient. I didn't want to get too excited. I didn't know where I was going with that, so I don't want to get too excited and then just like be spitting shit everywhere because I spit sometimes. Man, I have to start out by saying I just love this community, and it is so fantastic. That is from me to you. I just want you to know that. It's important that you know how entertained I get by this community. Like, when I see the little red live button on somebody who I'm like, oh, motherfucker, shit. If I see the little red live button on somebody that's got, like, 650,000 people subscribed, I'm not going to click on it. Or if it's got 2,600 people in the chat, I'm not going there. Because I know they're just selling something and what's coming up next and whatever, they're big timers. If I see that live button right beside one of you fools down in them lower fives, lower 5,000, 4,000, 3,000, especially the ones that are under 100. When I see the live button, somebody under 100, I know it's going to be a room full of triggers. And so I hop up in there. I, like a fucking, like a caterpillar to a butterfly. Like, I'll be searching YouTube and I see out of the nowhere, like fucking, I could be watching, I don't know, old fights or whatever, and then pops up just so-and-so with very few subscribers is live, and I'm like, right on in. I'm going to listen, and I'm going to walk and do what I got to do. So I gratefully get to catch some of these things in this community live. When I miss them, man, I'll go catch them afterwards, you know. And so we were catching them afterwards a couple of days ago. Yesterday, and I was making breakfast, and I couldn't believe, like, I had seen the other video live when Sam pulled his pecker out, but he had 2 videos with that on the same night, and he left this one up. Like, I didn't think he would leave that up. I didn't know what this video was about. Like, I had to hear it all. So I was just listening to it, making breakfast, and, you know, I could tell something was up because of the way he was screaming, so I turned around and looked at it, and there it is. Dude. Not flaccid and, you know, angry, but depressed, which is the way you sounded. Your penis looked like manipulated and buff, you know, you had somebody there to get you ready, prep you. Puffer, what the words I'm looking for. I don't know. In pornography, they have like a name. Shit. Anyway, you look like that thing in that moment looked like you were pulling the skin back as hard as you could to get every single, like, it looked like this, man. You were like pulling out so hard. You're flexing that, and you couldn't even, like, nobody could even really definitely say they saw an inch. And so that image is now stuck in anyone's mind who saw it when they think about you. They have to determine in their mind, did you see in it? Do you think you saw an inch that was wet and glistening for some fucking reason for having come out of your pants? Just, that's another, like, when you did this, you didn't know you were going to cause this kind of fallout. I think you thought maybe, at the time you thought, shit, I don't know, man. I'm done trying to think what you thought. But yeah, fallout should be strict. And because you're at the bottom of YouTube, like, they don't get around to it. You know, it's crazy because I double streamed somebody one time, and like within 48 hours, I was locked up on YouTube. And you're pecker showing all the time, bro. You're just, at this point, you're just the disgusting uncle that shows up for fucking Thanksgiving. You got a lot of correcting to do. Man, in reality, as an adult, you conceive that you're going to handle some Patron in any kind of way is, you know, you claim that you're an alcoholic, you must have some understanding of alcoholism or have spoken to someone about it to get, you know, their feedback on maybe your situation. But you do claim to be an alcoholic when you want to blame Tally for bringing you the moonshine and saying, well, why would you bring, you know, a moonshine alcoholic? So that's one of your plays there. But I wonder if you've, like, put any time into working on your problem. Because if you haven't, then you're just like a ticking time bomb. And the worst thing about that, you're fucking on the move. Who are you going to explode on the way you yelled that night, the way you were screaming that night? Who are you going to do that to in person? You almost got the opportunity to do that to Sarah Jane. But thank God her son was there. And maybe you were worried she was armed. But who knows if you would have cared about that. You probably would have made her shot you if in your alcoholic state, that's what you wanted. Okay? Because you don't know what you want in that state. And plenty of people have murdered in that state without knowing what they did. Very, very regretful afterwards. You know, certainly they didn't know that they had done this horrible thing. But, you know, why put yourself in the spot where you could be that person? Dude, think about this. You're a guy living out in the woods in his van, and some woman, a local woman, goes out to visit you to try to help you down from a fucking alcoholic binge stupor. You whip out your dick, except for this time, you're not on YouTube live, and you're she's there without her son. Then what are you going to do? Because that's the only difference. The only difference here was you were on YouTube Live, which who knows how much of your brain could have calculated that, you know, because you like to blame the alcohol for not having your decision-making straight. And that's fine, because that's probably true. But for a lot of people, alcohol just, it allows people to elevate the things they've been suppressing. And so for whatever reason, you continuing to go down your own pants every time you drink is kind of like, you know, the kid back in school who was always pulling out his pecker at recess and grossing out the girls. And you found out later on that kid was a fucking sex addict from the get-go. Like, he had some overly mental obsession with sexual addiction that was a real mental illness for him, you know. And whether that kid gets his own treatment or not, though, becomes his problem when he's an adult, you know. And so if you're that guy, you know, there's places for you to get help. And I listened to what Evan said today, and damn it, dude, this is the other thing, Sam. I gotta say, dude, this is what makes me so mad at you. Lord Jesus, help me to God. Man, when I have to agree with Evan publicly, you fucking did something. You did something, bro. And not only Evan, by the way, Scrapping Dude too. Right now, literally, I could have Scrapping Dude, Evan, and myself up here all saying the same fucking thing about what you've done. We're all grown men. We all have experience with children in some way or the other, and we can recognize why you're doing the things you do. All of us can see it. And that's just 3 people I randomly picked who hate me, or 2 people who don't like me, who don't even like me, bro. So this isn't about people ganging up on you. You bring this on yourself. You're a 43-year-old man. If you'd have shown that to a kid in the park and I saw it, I would have broke you into pieces right on the spot. Any man worth his salt would have been like, yo, man, you're showing people your dick in the parking lot. That's what you did, by the way. That's what you did. You showed your dick to some people who saw you in a parking lot because you were parked. You were in your van. We're all watching you as if we were walking by your parking space, and you whipped your cock out. You know, and it was very obvious you had been playing with your penis before that. You're sick. You have a sickness. And it's not, I'm not calling you a monster, man, at all. But you do need to get help, and there is help. Evan was talking about there should be people to be able to reach therapists online. You can do that right now. You can have you probably qualify too to get it for a very reduced price or free possibly. And that you can get a therapist on a Zoom chat like this on your phone. There's apps for this by now. You know, you got to have an effort on your end to know how to control the thing in you that maybe is the worst thing in you. I got this as my name tag from when I in 2006 had been hit by a FedEx truck and hit a tree, and then I, went on the pain pills like you're supposed to, like back then you're supposed to. I did the rehabbing, I did the pain pills and rehabbing, and then got very quickly addicted to pain pills and stayed like hardcore into that sort of mindset until 2012, when I was like, I have to have help because this is bad, it's out of control. And I went and just was like, please get me off these things and keep me off these things. And went there, did that, and completed their course, went to another place, followed their instructions, man, said whatever I got to do to get this shit away, I need to do, and did. And then it lasted a good 18 months. And then I had an Achilles problem that I took medicine given to me by a doctor with a good, strong sponsor helping me like dole them out and everything. But I still figured a way to manipulate my way into taking more of it. And I had to do it again. This time around, I chose a different path, but had to deal with it because of its effect on, my everyday life. Like, what you just did will affect your everyday life, in that your everyday life will become jail, waiting on trial. And you just did this a couple of fucking states ago. You know, you said earlier today you're not traveling because of the fucking coronavirus. You only aren't traveling because of the coronavirus this week. You've been traveling, homeboy. You've been, since coronavirus came out, you've been from Alabama to Georgia, South Carolina, North Carolina, South Carolina, Georgia, Alabama, Tennessee. You've been all up and down the bitch. Florida, too. Let's face it, been to Florida, too. So you've been moving all around, spreading the joy. So good thing you're in a spot, but you're also in a spot with an enabler. With Sarah Jane is an enabler. She is codependent at this point when it comes to your alcoholism and how it comes out on YouTube. Now, let me explain that. I'm not saying that Sarah Jane is a living, breathing codependent in any kind of way, shape, or form. I really just mean for you specifically, Sam, for your relationship with her being what it is and her caring so much. She has taken on a role that is starting to define her existence. It's becoming the reason she exists on YouTube, is to think how many times Sarah Jane will say, like, you know, so we've met now, and, you know, I know Sam, I know he's real sorry. She just filled right up in the role for you, bro, nice and snugly, of your enabler for that tyrant you were on. You went from one fucking channel to the other, cussing up everybody, threatening to show your genitals. And we're 40. I'm 46 years old. You're 43. You got 65-year-old, 85-year-old people here. I don't know, maybe not 85, but, and we have as young as down in the 30s, lower 30s in some cases here. You know, generally speaking, that's the audience. Occasionally, yeah, there might be kids standing by, sure. But I always have my headphones on so they can't hear, so they don't hear all the cussing and shit, you know. So, and usually there isn't something so incredible happening on the video that a child would be like, oh, what is this? So granted all that, you didn't care whether or not children saw that because you didn't care about anything at the moment. But, you know, we're all, like, at this point, unless you're going to do it on your channel and YouTube is going to find out about it and follow through with it. I've heard Scrap and Do turned you in. You know, man, I'm glad he knows how to do that shit for the first time, you know, because it's hard to turn people in, man. You can't, these motherfuckers at YouTube act like there's like a secret fucking society of people try to fucking get in contact with people. I'm one of them people like to just get it down on the phone. Let's get it out. Ain't none of that with YouTube. The only people you can talk to are people that want to sell you things, and that's a very long night. So, but for Scrap and Do to go ahead and have that filed up on you, man, that might shut your channel down for 90 days or whatever. I don't know. I think something like that is a for good kind of deal. And then we as creators in this community need to not allow you up on panels and keep you out as much as possible so that we can fulfill your need to be suspended for 90 days. So unless you put yourself on, you know, we can help you by not putting you on, and after tonight not talking about it. But I'm not going to let that shit just slide without putting up a chat and fucking sitting back and letting it go too. So I'm definitely wanting to get to, if you were here in the neighborhood, man, and there was a guy parked on the side of the road and he was showing his penis to people. Okay, that's what he just did to all of us. And you can't get that image out of your head. As little of the, you know, like there wasn't a lot going on, yeah, and everybody can pick on him about that, but it was glossy, you know, it almost looked like it almost looked like a dog penis, didn't it? Kind of did. Which, you know, then that's going to lend itself to the questions about that Tallywhacker has accused you of. You know, like you've set yourself up now for fucking just one punishing thing after another, which was the idea behind your day that yesterday was to apologize for something you had done wrong and, you know, clean the slate. Remember, I was there at the beginning of your video, dude. at the beginning of your first video when I was like, is that alcohol? And you were like, hey, good job, buddy. Come up and interview me. If that's the first sign of a sociopath, hey, come up and talk about me to me. That's what you asked me to do. And I was making food. And I was like, nah, man, I'm cooking. But I listened in. I was like, this will end well. That's what I put in the chat. This probably will end very well. Like, you know, it always does. You knew what you were getting into, and you threatened at the beginning to expose your genitals later on so that you would get kicked off of YouTube so that nobody could bother you anymore on YouTube. And it's fully, completely fucking, you know, you doing all the wrong things and just blaming people for the next 6 hours of that, of the night. That's what that was. Yelling, dude, you screamed so loud one time that I imagine people who've been murdered, you know, hearing that scream before they got killed. That's how disturbed your scream was. You hate your life. That's the truth. And it's so hard to make something out of it on YouTube. You can only do so much, man. You can only, there's only so much you can do, right? Show the footage, make burgers, you know, take a poop. And once in a while, show people you can still poop. Which, by the way, I've always thought is sociopathic and sexually driven to do a live stream while you're taking a shit. I thought that about Mike Dibble when he did it. When he recorded a video of himself taking a shit, I thought that was kind of, before I knew anything about the Dibble other stuff, he called it poopy time. And I thought that was weird. That was weird. You know, at some age, man, you just don't, it ain't like that. It's a private deal, bro. Cause has done one. I mean, what is it with y'all desert living motherfuckers? It's just like, hey, I can still poop. Like, great. That's great. I don't have to, I know that you do, because I know. You tell me what you do with the shit, but I don't have to, you don't have to prove it. You don't have to prove it. Sam's shown his asshole. Sean Talley's in my fucking comments. What's Sean Talley say in my comments? Read Sean Talley's fucking. This dude just keeps popping. He's like, whenever he can get a chance to find an angle. I mean, Sam totally trashed you, dude. Again. Fucking in front of all of us. Again. Talk mad shit about you on a live stream, and you're fucking just right back on them. I love you, Samuel. Remember me and you up in them woods? I know why that condom was there. All right. Ooh, I am right there. That's weird. All right. What am I looking for? You forgot. All right. There we go. There. That. Because I don't remember the actual comment. I'm going to have to pull this part up and do this, do that. And comments are not what they used to be. So, Sean says, what kind of parents let their child watch Sam? Sean Talley wants to know what kind of parents let their child watch Sam. And I want you to know, since maybe you don't know, that Sam lived with Sean Talley for well over a month of period of time during the 3 months Sam was up in Washington. So the kind of man that would allow his children to look at Sam are the kind called Sean Talley in Spokane, Washington. The only one. I feel like that was a trick question. But you got my response. And you do, bro. You do. You take the brunt of Sam's accusations and the brunt of his hate, and you just keep crawling right back up into Sam's cuddly big bear arms, don't you? It's fucking what's the dinosaur that looks like that? Man, anyway, man, I shouldn't be picking on you like that, Sam. I don't mean to be picking on you, man. I mean to tell you, like you pick a page out of As Bill Sees It, right? It's a random page here, just for now. Morning thoughts. This is page 243. On awakening, let us think about the 24 hours ahead. We ask God to direct our thinking, especially asking that it be divorced from self-pity and from dishonest or self-seeking motives. Free of these, we can employ our mental faculties with assurance, for God gave us brains to use. Our thought life will be on a higher plane when our thinking begins to be cleared of wrong motives. Dude, I just opened the book to page 243 of As Bill Sees It. 243, right here. Give it right there. And it is really about what, dude, had you woke up yesterday or whatever the day was, morning, and read this and thought, I'm going to put this into action today. I don't got a lot of other things to do. I'll put this into action today. One page into action today. I bet your day would have turned out a whole lot different. So it's a fundamental thing there, Sam. It's not just you can't drink anymore. No more drinking for Sam. That's a fucking Band-Aid on, a fucking... I was gonna come up with something really like, I was like, and I thought of so many things that it could be a Band-Aid, like a Band-Aid on a nuclear explosion. It's like, so, and at this point, when you've criminalized us all, I agree again with Evan. I could smell it too, man. I was 100% sure I was smelling it today. 100%. And my phone wasn't even on anymore. And my computer wasn't up. I was walking. And I can smell your nether regions. I know Sarah Jane had to be overcome with the stench of that big fucking sloppy bucket of ball skin that you presented her, with the light on to make sure that she saw it. This didn't have to happen, is my point. And you don't have to go to a facility. You're a 43-year-old grown man who would never show his private parts to, I don't know. I think I just grounded my teeth broken. Ow. I just chipped a tooth by grinding my tooth, man. Look, bro. Evan said it right also when he said, we don't know who you are. We really don't. We don't know. The only person who knows you well enough that we know enough that we hear enough from is Sean Talley, and that dude's a goddamn fucking mess. He's got fucking, have you seen him? He's got skin hanging off of him. He's probably, 172 pounds with just skin flying, like flat, flailing off of him as if he used to be 380. Shaving his underarms to make Rick Sanchez laugh. Whatever. If I got to pull it up, I will. I don't care to. My point is, the only person who's known him for a while, who was like, I stand by that dude, is Sean Talley, So take that for what that's worth. I had to make a quick decision. We got lucky that the dog situation was what it was, because maybe, Sam, who knows, man, if you would have had one of those episodes here where, you were going to get your paycheck in a couple of days, that's kind of the time that it happens. You could have pulled it off here, man. And that would have been a very bad thing, man. I just can't even. That type of shit scars people for life. No one in this community who saw that is going to be able to look at you the same again, dude. Nobody. It is You got your own fucking, like, horrible, like, TMZ pictures of you. I edited this one. This one's edited, so blurred out everything. And your hand looks stretched, but it's not. I don't know if I should show that one. You definitely think what you think you see, but it's edited out. Trust me, all you're seeing there is all you're seeing here is the hand. It's edited out. But you got that thing there that looks like just straight cancer. That's on the taint area. I guess, unless that's the way I edited it. It just doesn't look like it's from me. Oh, God. Dude, it's just fucking terrible, Sam. And I'm not showing all these other pictures. But when I say glistening, you were putting spit down in your pants and playing with your dick before you went live. I'll guarantee it. I would love to ask Sarah Jane if she noticed something like that at all. I don't know that she would. It's dark in there. But you've had to be, bro. Had to be. That was just disgusting, man. Why is the fucking car light shining off of that thing? I mean, we're talking about it's barely this big, and it's like Rudolph the dick-nosed reindeer. You did this, man. I'm drinking a beer. I'm never going to show you all my private parts. I've threatened in a mental way the one time, and I never was going to. I was never even close to doing it. I was just shaving my head and I was, playing mental games. But I would never do that, man. No, the fuck, I will never do that. You're not gonna fucking. That is assault. To me, that's assault of the eyeballs. That's assault of what I'll remember now from every time I see you, dude. Every time I talk to you now, every time you pop up, you think it's fucking funny because you've been laughing all damn day long. I've heard you. Voodoo Ninja put you on, was like, I ain't worried about it. It's all cool. Because it's cool to him. I imagine last week, Voodoo was at a fucking friend's house, hanging out, chilling with some of his friends, maybe some family, and one of them probably whipped their dick out. And I'm sure he sees it once a week because that's Voodoo Ninja. That's that lifestyle. Not here. I'm like, we are not that family. We don't fucking see dicks all the time. And, I don't know when the last time I even saw my own. I don't even look at my own anymore. I'm so disappointed in it. But anyway, man, I'm trying not to turn this into that being funny about it. I really am trying to just say, like, he's got to go for 90 days. He's got to work on himself. Might help to not even start a new YouTube channel for a while. Maybe just get yourself right, man. Because at this point, to me, you look like a homeless guy that might be sexually perverted. So, like, I wanted to let all the other ones were like, I tried to follow the excuse pattern, like, okay, the apology tour, yeah. But you said this was coming from a mile away. And I'll be damned, man. And I hate that Sarah Jane did that for her own self, man, because she, I felt like the girl must have built up quite a bit of she was pretty well established as likable by a lot of people, quite a bit of credibility, I guess is the word I'm looking for. And then you came into her life, Sam, and it seems like to me, I don't know, I ain't kind of the one to pay attention to that shit, but it seems a little bit like since you've been in her life in this community, particularly, she has, maybe lost some friends, lost some credibility. And I don't feel that way personally. What I think is that she probably has this nurturing person inside of her that, for whatever reason, possibly because you met you know, and she felt like she could trust you, so she was like, hey. Oh, there are people want to come in the chat. Oh, I never put the link up. That's why nobody wants to come up here. I'll tell you what, dog. Let me get my let me get myself together here and remember how to put the link up. Just been chatting away. Here comes the invite. Oh, I need to pee anyway. This would be perfect. Copy the clipboard. Copied, and then boom over here, and then do, and then drove in, and then splash. All right, we'll see how this goes. I guess I've laid it out pretty well anyway, and people can see where I'm going with it, right? Let's see where this goes. Hello, that dude. Mischievous Azel. Hey, Azel, what's up? I guess that's Azel, probably is Azel. If you're blocked also on my channel, I'll work on that. That happens. It's a flowing thing, you know. So whatever. I'll get worked on. We'll get on it, you know. I blocked some people for a reason, just to make a point, and then I just didn't unblock them yet, but I will. Thank you, honey. My wife hollered at me. There we go. It's a little more relaxing when you're doing it this way too, just because it's, I don't know, there seems like there's so much more I could, like if I wanted to, I could start pulling up shit. You know, you have these options on here. It's like, wow, you can be really laid back without having to do a lot. And then if you need to, you can just go grab some things that you need to grab. But yeah, the thing with Sam will continue on as long as we're enabling him and, you know, showing up for the shit, and he's getting showered in attention. That'll continue on. Evan, I saw you're buying up subs like a motherfucker. I guess it's bots. Evan's on the tear. He's buying up bots. I don't know what he's aiming for, where he's going for. And maybe that's somebody buying bots trying to get back in his good graces. I don't know, but I see it. And I got screenshots of you not too long ago only having 500 subscribers, and now you got 2,000. So you like to call people out because you think they stole subscribers or bought subscribers, which I never did. But you do call people out. So when I saw you doing it, I had to call you out, dude. You definitely bought subscribers. I got it. I see what you're doing now. And, you know, whatever, man. I guess I'm okay with it. I guess that's the way you want to do it. If you feel good about it, it's all right with you, you know. If you feel good being deceptful, that's fine. That's on you, bro. Like, I'm not good with that shit. But here you are at 482 subscribers. Where is this? Where's the ticket? Where's the ticket? I'll get this right. There you are. Slabs in the news, 482 subscribers, and that was like 10 days ago. Now you're at 2,000. What has happened? See, I was keeping up with every day you kept that video up on your page, you know, because it sat there. The, you know what I'm talking about, the slanderous one. I was just keeping up with how many days it was on there. So I have a picture for every day it was sat there in my fucking files. And yeah, bro, you definitely are buying bot subs. You can buy them at, what is it, Evan? You get $100, so get you 50 bots, or is it $50 for 100 bots? It's something like that, which is the way around. Saw a video on it not too long ago. Deji, KSI's brother Deji, had bought, he was at 9,550,000 for so long. And so he bought his last 50,000. He bought it, paid $5,000 or something like that. So there you go. He's done that, and he's done that because he's now on the road and he wants to be able to go live from the road. So I get why he did it. You know, he is getting a little out of hand with his numbers are going to go. I try to leave it be natural so you can understand your numbers if you ever care to look at them. I don't look at them a lot, but to understand them, it's like, well, when I put an effort, there's this, and when I don't, there's that. You know what I mean? Not because I care about the authenticity of the science behind it. If I'm going to look at that, you know, if I'm going to go to Oh, fuck, what is it called? Motherfucking, what is it called? Yep. Shit. All right, I can't remember. Some statistical. If I go on my phone, I can find it. Here we go. I'll find it. It's gonna be all right. I will go because I look it up enough. So it's an S. It doesn't start with an S. Social Blade. It does start with an S. Thank you, rules. I was cheated. I looked up. All right. So when I go to Social Blade, my shit's just sort of fucking. It's got a very steady thing, then it flattens out when I don't put any effort into it, and then kind of, you can tell when I was working at it. When you buy shit, Evan, you change that Social Blade shit. That's no longer authentic. So when you're looking at it, those numbers are authentic. It's just, it's a bummer that you don't mind living a lie. Damn. Who this? Oh, Vinny wants to come on. Vinny. Is that my Vinny? I hope it's Vinny and not a penis. And so now you have to worry about that. Now you have to hope there's not a penis, right? How can I make sure this isn't going to be Sam's penis? Let me see here. I did this. Boy, it almost looked like Vinny. Oh, I mean, Vinny, are you showing yourself briefly and then leaving? Like, show me. Okay, yeah. I got you. All right. There you go.
Yo, I'm a dick, not a penis. How you doing?
Hey, buddy. What's up, Vinny?
I'm chilling, man. I'm chilling.
All right, man.
Thought I'd come up and join you for a little bit.
I'm trying to get some more volume here. This is definitely a I could definitely wear my headphones situation.
But you guys hear me right out there?
I don't hear you very well. Let's see how the chat room hears you.
Hey, you guys hearing me out there?
Geekicidal tendencies. Thank you. So what's up, buddy, man? Hey, how's it in Philly, man? You all wearing masks up there?
Oh yeah.
Everywhere you go?
Yep.
Yeah, that's how we are here. I mean, most of us are. There are privileged people who've never experienced real, issues like that, who they don't have to wear them. They're just privileged. It's like that. Robert Burke, how you doing, man?
Wonderful, and you?
Very good, man. I'm gonna either I'm gonna continue trying this way, or I'm gonna grab my headphones, because the more I bring up, the harder it is here. Well, of course, because I haven't actually tried to hear anybody yet. I wonder if I can work with the microphone here for a second. All right, camera,
you guys hear me now?
Audio default.
You hearing me now?
Default. Never mind. That ain't nothing.
All right, brother.
None of that matters. All right. Y'all hear each other okay?
Yep.
All right. I'll just concentrate more. I'll just work a little bit hard. Ain't no big deal. How y'all doing, man? What's up, Robert?
Not a lot. Hanging out. How you doing, buddy?
Man, life is different, and shit. Every day is a new adventure, bro.
Oh yeah. Now we got someone else acting a fool, huh?
We're in this shit now, and with this shit, like, what do you think about what Sam did?
Well, I didn't see it personally, but from what I hear, that's fucking disgusting. And don't come to Colorado, Sam. Don't come to Colorado.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Like, he ain't making any friends. Like, there are a couple people who think it's funny, who have laughed it off, but it's been too many times now. And it's now like that one he did last night to me, or the night before, to me, had a lot of criminal undertones to it.
I would like to douse my eyes with bleach, please.
I mean, I won't be surprised if he's like arrested for some kind of criminal activity involving that. And that sucks.
Yeah, horrible. Yeah, that's horrible.
Somebody was making a thing because he was a stripper or something. That's okay. No, it's not okay.
I'm gonna have to work on my volume. How about if you two can hear each other? How about y'all? Can y'all hold on, talk for a few, and I'll
Sure,
go
dude.
I'll grab my headphones.
Yours, buddy. I'll hold the show down. Me and Vinny got this.
Yep.
Yeah, if y'all hold it down for me, I'll be right back. I gotta go to the bathroom anyway. I'll be right back. Thank you.
Yeah, man, that was something I don't want to see again.
No,
I've
I'm
seen it
glad
6
I
times
don't.
already. He was doing that shit back in the slabs.
Yeah, it's good. See, too much CO2 in one day,
Yep.
and a person turns their blood toxic. That's what they're going to find out. Runs. Them N95s. I mean, I was painting for like a lot of years straight, and at the end of the day, you get a horrible headache, all that, because you're just breathing in. You're returning your CO2s more than you're getting fresh oxygen through an N95.
Yeah, I used to do the painting too, dude.
Yeah. That's why I switched to a respirator. They get better flow of oxygen. Just don't leave your filters on there too long.
Did you hear me now? Better or no?
I heard you fine before. Why are you switching it up? And
I'm trying to fix the volume.
Is that you?
Okay, it just fits my volume. Is it better?
Yeah, it's fine. I hear you fine.
Okay. So, what do you think of what's been going on, dude? I know me and you've been around for a long time.
I'll be back.
I think some people are just trying to fucking reach for straws, and
Exactly.
it's ridiculous. Personally, that's what I think.
Got some headphones.
There you go. Look at you, loud and clear.
If I had 6 ears, I'd be in good shape.
You'd be an alien if you had 6 ears.
Maybe. I don't know, man. That's still debatable. I might have been here first.
Or the stoner alien licking back.
Oh, these are probably not going to work. No, they're not going to work. These don't. Shit. All right.
Suicidal porn star, blah, blah, blah. What do you want to hear?
What's up, SB?
So, what do you think is going to happen, man? Is it going to be?
I think Sam's going
to turn them in. So will Sam will see that video?
And if the police department get a hold of that shit, he may catch himself a charge. He'll be on that list.
I did. I caught a charge on a fucking video I made.
Huh?
I caught a communicating threats charge on a video I made, man, and had to beat it in court. It was shit.
Right.
Shit, but this is legit. He legit showed his stuff.
Yeah, we all seen it too many times, actually.
Sarah's in here, though. She seems to be all right.
Hey, Sarah.
Oh, let's try here.
Now, buddy.
That's a little better.
How you doing, buddy?
Do I have my sound okay?
Oh, yeah, you sound
great. Loud and clear. Super loud and clear.
All right, let's go with this for a bit. I have to switch ears because these my right ear here is better than my left ear does. Left ear in trouble.
I don't disagree with that.
That's how I get in trouble, is when I hear shit with my left ear. I do everything wrong. They're so far apart. I can only hear with one of them at a time. So if my left ear hears it, it's all fucked.
Correct, Natalie. Showing your ass, doing what did we used to call that when we were younger? You know,
mooning.
Showing your ass in a drive-by through the window, mooning. Yeah,
mooning.
It is too.
But I mean, he covered that too. He did deep mooning.
Yeah.
Oh, he did.
Oh, yeah. Oh, God. That was in Washington. That's when I was like, I can't do this anymore.
Yeah. Yeah.
That
We
was
were
with
all
the
done with it then.
and just before the stealing of the dog. Yeah, when he showed his ass, that was enough, really, for me.
Yeah, that was a deep hole none of us wanted to go eyeball in.
Yeah, that was a hit the X and push the little 3 lines and reset.
You could smell it then too. Like you could smell it looking at it then too. And the other night, man, it hit all of my senses at once. My everything rejected it. Like I was just like, what? Like, come on, bro. And then the next morning to have it on a second, he had it on 2 videos, and one of them he left up for 10 or 12 or whatever hours for more people to stumble across. That's just some recklessness. Flashbacks.
Stalkers.
That's just some serious recklessness. And, you know, we all saw him put Sarah Jane in that position now, too. So that really actually happened. That was, you know, she was right beside him. He pulls his pants down, shows his previously somehow saturated penis. I mean, unless he pees his pants before he does that. I don't know, man. For whatever reason.
Any way you think about it.
I didn't look at him like that, dude. As soon as
I made the mistake of screenshotting it and having, you know, so I got still pictures. Because I was like, hell no, he's not getting away with this shit. He's not getting away with this shit. I'm going to prove that he did it because he's going to say he didn't do it. And I went ahead and got him screenshotted, so he got it.
He did say he didn't do it. He did.
And he did, yeah. The next day, he was like, that was green screen. Well, I got proof it ain't.
Green screen. Wouldn't you go find a big picture to green screen?
I know, right?
You know what I mean? Really? Wouldn't you go find a porn star dick green screen? You don't go fucking try to say that was a green screen, bro. That was you, man. You showed your fucking yourself to the fucking world, you disgusting little cockroach.
It was pathetic.
I have girls, bro. I don't see that as anything funny or cute or.
No, I don't either.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. This isn't Colorado's not a good place for you, bro. Don't come close to me, dude, because your meeting with me will not be the same as Mad Mac and Juana, I promise. And yes, I will live stream.
Man, when he was here, it was a brief time, but, you know, it wasn't like, he didn't come off on those vibes. We just drank a few beers. When he is going to drink alcohol, liquor, like that day, he knows what he's getting himself into. Like he knows what he can handle. We talked about it. And so he's fully aware of where he's going on the chart.
Exactly.
And he started talking about showing his penis early on because he wanted sympathy from Sarah Jane. He's like, well, I'll just get myself kicked off of here and show my penis. And she's like, no, Sam, don't do that. We just met and I like you and don't do that. And they're misunderstanding you. And you're sorry. Remember, you're sorry. How sorry you are, Sam? And he'd be like, yeah, I'm sorry for what I did, but I'll tell you what everybody else did. And it just started going downhill. Like you could see it every sip. It just got worse and worse. He had intended to say, I'm sorry to Joanne, maybe get her on live and apologize and be like, what a perfect day, everybody. Let's ride off into the sunset. But as soon as he started thinking about Sam, it started going downhill quick. And I'll bet you at that moment he was thinking, at some point I get to show my dick to Sarah Jane. That's how sick he is. Right from the get-go, Sam knew he was going to expose himself to Sarah Jane. He knew he was going to do it. And that's premeditated, indecent exposure, and it's at least fucking arrested and get your name, you know.
That's
definitely give them your address kind of shit right there.
Yeah, bro. Like, that's some sick shit to do.
Even if you're homeless, dude, you got to tell them where the fuck you're going to be at any given time.
That's essentially what he did. He came to her town. He's a new guy in her town. He came to her town, picked her out, and exposed himself to her. I mean, he thinks because he did it in front of all of us that it ain't like the same thing. It's the same thing, man. We just all saw it. Now you got fucking hundreds of witnesses.
Yeah, we're all witnesses.
Yep.
So it ain't funny, and it is illegal. And now you do look like one of them people on the side of the road who would do something like that to somebody. You just look like that now after that whole episode. The screaming, fucking yelling at the top of his lungs over people like a fucking whiny baby with shit in his diaper. You know, man, he fucking absolutely exposed a side of him last night that proves to me he could be capable of anything anyone thinks that a guy who lives like that is capable of.
That's definitely predatory.
Absolutely. He's absolutely very much like he can't be coming around here no more. That's fucking absolute. I sent him Tom Petty's greatest hits as soon as I saw that shit. I'm like, don't come around here no more. Hey,
for sure. You don't want to be associated with that. Fuck no.
No, man, and it's been a resounding. Like pretty much most people agree. Other people have like laughed it off, but I don't think it's anything to laugh off. I think he needs to be cut off. As far as just like
a long time ago.
Yeah.
I can't handle his antics. I can't handle his mouth. Sorry, dude. If we were face to face, bro, I promise Sam would not say half the shit he says because he knows he'd get the piss slapped out of him.
Yeah, he does definitely. Look, dude, when he was sitting right here in this chair and he was taking his shoes off, and you know, it was brilliant. That was. And Amber goes, "Oh, you have really pretty eyes." He goes, "I know." That's what he said to her. I know. And I was standing behind her and I was like, oh, that guy. That's that guy. This is the guy who is.
The eyes lie, man. The eyes lie.
He's heard it so many times, he doesn't even have time to entertain the compliment. It's a natural compliment. Hey, you got pretty eyes. Thank you. That's the answer. By the way, Sam, just so you know in the future, it's thank you, not I know. It isn't a test. She didn't say, hey, buddy, what's 5 + 5? She was like, yo, dude, you got pretty eyes. Sam's like, I know. Keep it to yourself, bitch. I know already. Everybody tells me that. Where do you see my balls?
That's how he brings them in, dude. With them eyes.
They're getting harder and harder to see lately, man. He's folding up into himself.
Yep.
And
eyes don't work no more.
This stunt was the last fucking straw for me, and hopefully I drew attention to it like seriously. I try not to make too many jokes about it. Look, man, it is what it is. It was gross as it was gross, and it ain't gonna get any better. And the more we talk about it now, we're just plugging Sam and kind of, you know, we're just bringing him up for the sake of bringing him up. So I just want to clear the air with some people and say, I for one am absolutely done with that shit. Like, he's got to be a better man for himself anyway, and to assault all of our eyes like that with his genitalia was real fucking, like, that's some criminal ass shit.
Sure is.
Period. And, you know, I don't know so much about, like, you know, I don't know how much deeper that goes. I don't know, man. You know, he was in a park in Oregon and all of a sudden had to take off real fast with that dog. We don't know. Well, you don't know. Maybe there's something else to that story that we don't know about. You know, we only watched like 5-10% of what's going on. You know, maybe there was some more to that story. We don't know.
Yeah, I didn't want
it's speculation, but now I would believe it. I would believe that he would be tied up in some bullshit like that with, you know, what if he was fucking exposing himself in the park and had to get the hell out of there for that?
Yeah.
Could be, yeah, I mean.
Man, what I've seen, and like when I watch those shows or whatever, exposers expose. They get a rap sheet for it. You know what I mean? They get caught, they do it again. They get caught, they do it again, or whatever. Or they don't get caught and they do it again. But that's the thing they do. They get bored, so they expose themselves. And he knew he was going to do that day. It was like he knew that was going to lead up to that. He might have been hoping Sarah Jane was like, oh, that's great. I like this. Let's turn off the video and have at it. Who knows how he was going to use it. But he was building up to that moment. He kept talking about it. So he knew he was going to use that moment at some point. He was going to break out the the eyeball assault of his penis and our brains forever. And also Sarah Jane had to probably endure not only that, but then the smell and the bubbles of sweat that came off his, you know, fucking omelet of nuts that he had. It just was just, it was horrifying to look at, man. It looked like 6 dead men's balls. And like, you know, like a fucking piece of a hot dog floating in it.
Right reasons?
Yeah, it was kind of scary. I will admit it. Right off the bat, that was kind of scary. Because you never know, man. You never know.
Oh, he's had these moments, man, that he's shown he's this kind of guy when he drinks.
Well,
And
I know.
That's the inner Sam. Right? You know, that's the guy who's inside there.
Yep.
If he's letting his guard down a little bit, he's showing you his dick. I mean, that's a pretty fucking dramatic difference between being like, you know, hey, that guy's an everyday good guy, but if he gets his drinking in, boy, he'll start freestyle rapping or something. You know,
yeah.
Sam gets a drink in him, he might assault you with his penis. Because that really happened. And no one has ever gone there in this community, not on purpose. No one has done what Sam did. I refuse to hear it. And you know, God bless you, Sarah Jane. You didn't mean to get caught up in it or whatever. I don't mean to like call your personality or your morals into question at all. I'm just saying that sometimes when you get close to an alcoholic, you fall into roles and you play roles and you don't even realize you're doing it. Sometimes you're the enabler. Sometimes you're playing the black sheep. Sometimes you're playing the damn scapegoat. Sometimes you're being the codependent, whatever it is. But sometimes when you get close to an alcoholic, you fall into roles. And I felt like that night in particular, and I don't know about now or not, Sam kind of pulled you into that web and you fell into those roles and you played what Sam needed at the time. You kept making excuses for him. You kept, you know, like re-encouraging him that he was on the right path to getting the words out that he needed to say. He was never going to do that. All he wanted to do was show people his balls and his whatever's left of his dick. He wanted to show that. That's all he cared about. And you signed off on that the whole night. And it wasn't your fault, but you co-signed his bullshit the whole night. And that's true. And I don't think you meant to, but that's what I'm saying.
And he does it every time he drinks.
Every time. He doesn't always have someone to sign off on his bullshit, but she also became a victim. You know, inevitably, at the end, Sarah Jane was the biggest victim of all because she had to be there and see it twice. By the way, he did it twice. You know, he twice brought his fucking pants all the way down to his fucking knees and just scooped up whatever's left of his sexual organs and flashed them to Sarah twice with her son there. I don't even know how old that guy is, but he was there.
I would have tore him up.
Sam kept starting the car. Remember, he kept telling her to start the car and shit. You know, he's been drinking liquor. He's sitting in the driver's seat. The moment you put the keys in the fucking ignition, that's a DUI. You're showing cops, hey, look at me. I'm fucked up with the keys in the ignition. I'm behind the wheel with it on. I mean, all these things like that you could pick about that video that were absolutely dead wrong. It makes you wonder that when Sam's not on fucking live stream making an ass out of himself, what is he doing in private when he's drinking? Like, goddamn, when nobody's there to say, Sam, stop that shit. How far does Sam go?
You got a point there.
You know, man, I hate to be like this. God, I hate to say this fucking thing that I'm going to say. My stupid brain went there. When I saw his tiny little penis, I thought, oh, now I see how he could have had sex with animals. Like, I don't mean it this way. I'm just saying, like, when I think about having sex with animals, I'm like, they're so small, you know, physically that wouldn't work. You know, that's a joke. People having sex with their dogs. Nobody fucks their dogs. Nobody fucks their cats. Okay. But when I saw that the other day, I thought, okay, because it almost looked like a dog penis. It looked a little bit like a dog penis, like just a little bit of a dog penis. And I was like, oh, yeah, I guess that if that's what you're working with, yeah. And it grossed me out even more because now I'm like, well, now you got a guy who's a sexual deviant who has those tendencies and he's stuck with these dogs all the time. Sam, it's your fault my brain does this shit because I saw that. If I didn't see that shit, my brain wouldn't go down this avenue.
Yeah, for sure, man.
And everybody in this neighborhood's got a fucking another thought. Like what it did to Robert Burke is even different than me. Everybody's got their own different way they play that shit back in their head now, Sam. It'll never go away. You'll never be able to look anybody else in the eye without them thinking about that in some way, shape, or form. You blew it, bro.
You fucking chose.
If you use it as a tool, be the mischievous one. Know what I'm talking about?
He did the deal, man. He knew he was going to do it, and he finally pushed it up to that edge, and now this is it. This is the last absolutely the last I'm talking about it, but it had to be addressed, like, for real, because I'm going to treat it this way personally, and, like, until he actually gets help and whatever, like, that's a long way away. I'm going to go ahead and just follow what he wants. 90-day suspension. He got 90-day suspension from this channel, for sure. So, whatever that matters. However everybody else handles it, we'll see. I'm on board with the 90-day suspension for Sam.
Yes.
I agree.
Yes, most definitely.
Cool. All right, well, I think that was it, man. I think that's all I wanted to get out, you fellas. You got anything else to say, guys? Guys?
Thanks for letting me come up on the stream, man.
Hey, guys. Hey, guys. Hey, guys. Hey, guys. Hey, guys.
Thumbs us
Hey,
up.
guys.
Hey, guys. Hey, let's convince everybody to let's move along. 90 days, Dave. 90 days starts right now.
Yep,
90 days, fellas. Smoke them if you got them. All right, y'all. Thank you guys for coming.
Good
y'all.
Thank you, man.
Have a good night.
You too. Good to hang with you, Robert.
Good hanging with you too, man.
See you guys.
See ya.